Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Episode 15. Hi.
Unexpected memes. Hi, welcome everybody to episode 15 of Lower Bitrate.
Yes, welcome. Take off your shoes. What up? You know what's so funny? I like doing those little meme things, and I never tell you about them because I feel like they would be less funny. I don't know.
Yeah. What's even more funny is when you fire it away and then there's just silence until it works.
Yeah, I've been king of technical difficulties, but hopefully, I don't sound like a midget and you sound like a fucking giant this episode.
Yeah, I was a little loud on episode 14. Sorry, everybody. Vu, we'll blame him, changed or found that his audio setting was not balanced correctly.
Yeah,
I was
my
very
fault.
loud.
My fault. Hopefully it's a little bit better, but yeah, welcome. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Also, thanks for leaving reviews and thank you so much for the feedback. We love hearing what you guys think, we're just shooting the shit here, so it's really great when people chime in. Thanks.
Interesting enough, this is like a peek into my mind and like the psychology or whatever. So usually we just record the episode and I give you a file to upload, right?
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen last week. Last week, my OBS was not set up, and it's still, as you can tell if you're watching on YouTube, is a little bit different because I lost all my shit. So I did some like off the cuff, like Virgil Abloh fucking Calibri paste in OBS or whatever, Vegas, and that has the most views out of everything.
Hey, welcome to the shit show. Take a seat.
My low effort has the most views. I just thought that was interesting.
That's why I say we're just here for fun, shooting the shit. Thank you guys for listening.
Kisses. How's your week?
My week was all right. It's been really busy, but my dog is doing pretty good. Like he's I don't know. I'm just waiting for him to maybe get sick again, but right now he's doing great. So I'm doing pretty good. It's a big relief.
That's good. You been playing anything?
How was your week? Oh, what?
Gaming?
No, just painting my miniatures as I do, my D&D miniatures down at the game pub. It's like a board game bar. And I like to do that, and have not played. I was trying to remember because I feel like I've done tabletop, but I can't remember. Anyway, what about you? What have you been playing?
Yeah, my week wasn't as crazy. It kind of was, but my mom had her appointments. I don't even know what to call her. Mama Moist, Mama Masters, who knows? Everything seems okay.
Good.
No underlying health issues or anything, just a lot of soreness or whatever. That's pretty good. That's pretty dope. Fantastic. Been playing Destiny 2, right? Lol. It's okay.
How much Destiny 2?
I'll tell you right now. In the last 2 weeks, 39 hours. But maybe 10 of those were AFK by accident.
Oh.
So maybe like
just
20
chilling in the tower.
25. Yeah, sometimes I leave my game on and fall asleep.
Well, before we move on anymore, I'm glad your mom's doing better. Last episode you talked about that she had been in a car accident, so glad things are going okay.
Yeah, everything's cool. Everything's just, maintaining. Lost my AirPods. Mad about it. $250 down the fucking drain. I think that's the thing I'm mad about most. Those little things, $250, I lost them.
Yeah, that's not such a little thing. By the way, you can't locate them?
I tried. I think someone stole them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. My fault. Whatever. Last week I didn't really get an opportunity to go to the gym, but I've been hitting the gym. I hit it yesterday?
Nice.
So trying to get back
You
into
feel
the
better
swing of
after that?
things. Yeah, it's a little weird. Like I feel like there's a lot of extra testosterone that comes into my body after working out. So I get a little bit nerd aggressive. But yeah, whatever. I'm fine. I'm living and I
Good.
have a new PC. I can't complain.
Yeah, man, this is a lot of personal stuff. We don't normally talk about this, but I've been going to the pool and working out in the water, and that's been really great. So, yeah, feeling good.
That's life. Sometimes, the gaming takes a fucking back seat.
I remember saying in past episodes, like I was just hoping life would return to somewhat normal, and as things kind of quiet down with our loved one's health, it's returning to normal.
Yeah, we're adults. Sad.
Boo.
Yeah, segue time. I was at Target and people kept on talking about the coronavirus, and some lady asked me if I was stocking up on toilet paper as if I don't wipe my ass daily. Hello?
I don't know.
So,
Maybe she took you for that type of person.
listen, I have no comment. But that leads into GDC.
Yeah. So I thought GDC was going to get canceled, but it just got postponed. So, all right.
That's huge though. GDC is a big, big, big conference for game developers. That's kind of like where people show things off. I think I want to say 2 years ago, Nvidia unveiled the RTX cards there.
Oh yeah.
So they use it as a platform. So it's being postponed because of the V word. You mentioned something about South by Southwest. Do you think that's gonna get canceled?
Yeah, that was going to be my next convention. Austin said it's going forward. Not Austin, but South by Southwest said it's still happening, which surprises me a little bit. But I don't know. Like I'm debating. Should I go to my the next convention, like the gaming convention I have planned to go to, or should I follow suit of what these companies are doing and like not allowing their employees to go just out of risk for their safety? So I have no idea. I was totally planning on going to South by Southwest Gaming, which I believe is the weekend of like the 17th through 20th. And like I always do, it's a good little convention, but I've stopped and taken a pause and been reconsidering it.
That's this month, right?
Yeah, just in under 2 weeks.
I would weigh the pros and cons, to be honest. In my mind, realistically, it's like the flu. Even if you do get it, you can't really do much except quarantine yourself. So mitigating risk, man. If it was me, I wouldn't go personally. But then again, I hate people, so I wouldn't go for less. But wash your hands, wash your ass, and that's basically what you can do. Don't touch people. Yeah, and just related news, it's funny how society works. Plague Inc. soared to #1 on the App Store. And China banned it. Lol. Have you ever played that game?
No.
It's kind of fun, not gonna lie. You try to infect the world with a virus. Ironic.
Ironic, yeah.
I've gotten a solid like 10, 12 hours out of that game. It's a mobile phone game and it's on Steam, I think. Yeah, just related. Thought it was funny to mention that.
It is funny.
And there's this thought, not THOT, but a mind thought. PC parts. People are like panic buying them. Don't buy them. You don't need them. All you're gonna do is drive up the price.
Why are people panic buying PC parts?
Mainland China is manufacture to most of the raw materials of things that go into PC components.
Mm-hmm.
But things like CPUs and graphics cards are primarily made in Taiwan. People are
Got
just
it.
hive mind, you know. It's happened before. 2011? What do you want to talk about?
It's interesting to see what people are stocking up on.
Where the priorities lie.
Yeah. Yeah, I can think of at least one friend that would stock up on PC parts, but that's because he has servers, so he goes through a lot of them.
That makes
But
more sense.
right, but not everyone has a server room in their residence, so
Oh, he has a
like,
server room.
yes,
Okay. That's interesting.
it is.
Okay, so is it an entire room or is it like part of a room? I have questions now.
Yeah, it's it's about a 10 by 4 space
Okay.
that is climate controlled,
Oh.
and there's a warm room and a cool room, and yeah, I've never seen anything like it. Server racks, it's pretty cool.
I expect that stuff is like dope to me, but I can't afford it.
Yeah, exactly.
I am poor.
I was like, why do you have all of these graphics cards in your kitchen?
Now I know why.
Yeah, now I
Okay.
know.
Okay, that makes sense. A little update. The Logitech Herman Miller thing supposed to come out spring, early summer of 2020, which makes me believe that it is a chair that they have already and it's
Interesting.
adapted. So look forward to that. I'm gonna hold it out. Hopefully this chair holds out with me.
I keep waiting for any second to hear this kaboom. And it's
I
you hitting the
really
ground.
hope that doesn't happen. That's the last thing I need. Yeah, just keep an eye out for that. I'm pretty sure we'll talk
that's
about it.
soon. That's exciting. I can't wait to see what the gaming chair that Logitech and Herman Miller put out. So
You hit me up with this Target game room stuff.
yeah, I happened to see that on Twitter today. Target has done similar things in the past, but it was for like tiles and other like home tech. But that's become mainstream. Like a lot of people use tiles and like Alexa or the Google Home. So now what they're doing is a game room, which mainly is showcasing VR technology, but there's some mobile gaming. Excuse me. And they're showing like Apple Play Arcade or Apple Arcade and Google Play Pass, and then a lot of mobile gaming with Stadia.
Which is interesting because Stadia is seen, from what I've been reading, game devs don't want to develop for it. And there's just not many games and people are not into it. So, but Google seems to be, all steam ahead, but that's just from what I've seen.
Yeah. When do we fully cross over where the majority of gamers are using cloud gaming? When does that day happen? Target thinks it's pretty soon, if not now.
I don't know. For me, okay, so what do you think this is aimed at, right? Like this.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I think it's an experiment by Target to see who comes in, what they pick up, what they buy. What's interesting is you can buy things, but not everything. Like you can't buy the Magic Leap VR headset, but they have it there. So I don't know if that's part of a promotion to get bodies in the store to try that specific VR. I'm sure it's targeted at multiple people.
Yeah, everything's about like numbers and
they're definitely collecting data.
Like I'm looking right here, it says no physical discs, which I mean for the most part is true, right? Like most people download their games. I don't know if anyone actually when I purchased Overwatch for the Switch, there was no physical game in there. There was just a download code.
Yeah.
So people have definitely moved on to digital for the most part, but there are kind of like limited run games that do physical copies of digital games, but those are
For
kind of pricey, right?
those are, yes. My limited run game, the collector's edition for Hollow Knight was like $75 or $80, but it came with a Switch cartridge, and like a bunch of art and like collectible pieces that are really well made. I'm happy with, but I'm not going to buy that for every Switch game that limited run games puts out. Like I passed on the Celeste one and went for Hollow Knight instead. I buy cartridges though. I like owning Nintendo physical things. Like that's just my preference.
I have a few. I mean, of like the 30 or so games that I have on the Switch, or maybe like 25 or so. I have
That's
about
a lot.
10-ish that
Yeah.
are like physical, but the only reason why I bought them is because they were cheap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, this is very interesting. Target is definitely prying and trying to see like what people like, but I don't think. Do you think cloud gaming is the future?
I think if we get good internet, stable internet nationwide, then yes, it makes sense. But we're not to that point yet. Like
Nope. You
when I
know,
moved to Austin, Google Fiber wasn't here yet. Like they were in other cities and they were coming to Austin. So it happens quickly. Like Google can quickly like lay fiber lines and get it connected to neighborhoods, but most people, even with high speed internet, I don't think have the stable bandwidth to support cloud gaming, especially multiplayer gaming like Destiny on Stadia, things like that.
and when you get into the realm of like, I don't want to say Destiny is a competitive game, but it's definitely like reliant on input delay. Um, yeah, I don't think cloud gaming can give you that versus like your console or your PC.
At least yet.
Yeah, for me personally, it isn't like I don't play games on my phone, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer playing games on a keyboard and a mouse. I know that's a real neckbeard fucking thing to say, but um yeah, it's just how I like playing games. Um it's definitely interesting though. I want to know if they're going to stick with this and just update it over time or if it's like a limited time thing. Probably is a limited time thing, right?
Yeah, because it's like a pop up showroom. Let's see, where is it?
One thing they might be doing, and this is interesting because recently I've been trying. I don't know if you know, back in the day I used to be super into sneakers, hundreds on hundreds of pairs of sneakers, like original Jordans, 1994, 1996, etc., etc. I've been trying to get
Mm-hmm.
back into that, and I'm hating my life because everybody's a fucking hype beast, and they don't care about the sneaker. They just want to resell them.
Mm-hmm.
But there's an app called Goat that you can buy sneakers on,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a feature called augmented reality where you could try
Mm-hmm.
on the sneaker to see like what it looks like on you. I personally have
Mm-hmm.
never used it, but this is they could be like testing for this, you know, like have augmented reality shit
Mm-hmm.
for their stores,
Cool.
which would
So
be
this pop up is in San Francisco, of course.
yeah. So you already know that they're trying to appeal to people with money because
Mm-hmm.
you know it costs a liver for rent in San
Mm-hmm.
Francisco. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
dope.
think they're trying to draw people in to try the Magic Leap. Because, like, where can you try that? I don't know.
Nowhere. Taxis wrapped.
Yeah, it did.
Taxi sucks. There was nothing that came out of it. I mean, like,
The only thing I saw that I thought was really cool was the photos and the coverage of the Animal Crossing booth. I'm sorry I didn't send you the ones that I found, but I have a friend that is an enforcer, and so she got some really good pictures. Um, when there's not like 100 bodies in the booth. So they had like a river and a Tom Nook, wandering around, and it looks really cute and cozy, and definitely made me want to play the game.
Yeah, that I saw all the memes from that Tom Nook. That boy was thick. You ever seen the meme? Shit. What is it called? Oh, TT. Why are you coming out with looking all this ass on a Thursday afternoon?
Nope.
Oh my god, that is what Tom Nook was looking like. Thick boy. Those are my favorite things. Other than that, I mean, mostly like indie games that came out from it, but some of them we've seen. One of them you mentioned, from Devolver.
Yeah.
That ranked high on most people's list. I think it was like top 5, top 4.
Also, Fall Guys had a huge success. Another Devolver title. That's like the massive game show where there's like 100 Fall Guys and you just have to run through these obstacle courses. So it's like a battle royale almost, but it's really different, really cute, and looks really fun. And that had immense success too, like long lines closing just to try it.
I'm looking at it right now.
It looks like a bunch of like Tic Tacs running an obstacle course. Yeah. Looks very fun. I want to play it. And a lot of people did, apparently.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It looks like a cute little battle royale twist. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's like a game, like a giant game show where you that it was called like Splash or something, where you'd run these crazy obstacle courses and people would just get pelted just with these like moving foam obstacle pieces.
Yeah.
They would just eat it. Oh, it's called like Wipeout.
Wipeout, yeah.
Yeah, and so it reminds me kind of that. Like they took this crazy game show idea and then put in a battle royale.
Yeah, they look like little jelly beans.
Mm-hmm.
Like little ninja jelly beans.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, they're doing a great job advertising and marketing that game because I want to play it.
I'm gonna put it on my wish list.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
All right, let's talk about some TV.
Yeah, what have you been watching?
No anime. I'm 3 weeks behind in My Hero Academia.
Gasp.
It's kind of slow, so I'm not too mad about it. I did see Hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Saw one episode. It's decent. Al Pacino. Amazon's throwing money behind that, so I'll get into that eventually. I saw Parasite.
Yeah, let's save Parasite for the very end so that we can talk spoilers. How about that?
Okay. And that's it. That's all I've seen.
I saw Hustlers, which was a movie that came out a little while ago, starring Jennifer Lopez, among others. Like Cardi B was in there too, but it's a bunch of strippers who are tired of being treated unfairly and so begin drugging clients and like taking all their money. So it's entertaining. It's a unique like crime movie, but not exactly like film of the year.
Oh, really? So do you think hold on.
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Share the sentiment that Jennifer Lopez got robbed?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to mention. Is I thought there was talk of her getting a Golden Globe for that role, but I don't.
She got snubbed for the Oscars. I think she was nominated for Golden Globes.
Okay, I don't know. I don't think it's an award-worthy film, like in any way. J-Lo has done better acting in the past. Like she's a good actress. So I'm not talking about Geely here. I'm talking about
I was just about to mention.
I'm talking about like OG Jennifer Lopez. Like I can't remember what movies she was making in the 90s, but I liked them. She was a good dramatic actress. And then she became a pop star. I don't know if people remember that, if you're old enough to remember that J-Lo used to be an actress, not a pop star.
Yeah.
I'm old. Anyway,
yeah, we just dated ourselves.
On from Hustlers, enough. I watched Troop Zero, which is on Amazon Prime, and it's really cute. I would recommend you watch it if you need a feel-good movie. It's funny. Maybe I thought it was extra funny because I spent a decade in Georgia and it takes place in Georgia, but I think it will translate for anybody. It's kind of like Little Miss Sunshine, but I don't know. Also very funny. I would just watch it. It's good. Has Jim Gaffigan in it.
Sweet. Yeah, one more, right?
Yeah, I watched another on like HBO. It was called Anna. I don't know if anybody has seen this film or heard of this film, but it's a white, blonde, Russian, like triple counter spy. Spoiler alert. That could be the film Salt, that old like spy movie with Angelina Jolie, and it's a lot like Lucy, who I think is Scarlett Johansson.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just nothing original there. But
Were
I
you
watched
entertained?
it. Yes, because it was not good.
It's like a Sharknado.
Yeah, my friend came over and we watched it, and she and I were both laughing pretty hard.
Okay. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes.
All right, we're going to talk about Parasite, right?
Oh, no. We're going to talk about Snowpiercer being the spiritual successor to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay, we mentioned this last week on episode 14. Lou randomly was like, do you think the film Snowpiercer, who's the same writer-director as Parasite, do you think Snowpiercer is the sequel to Willy Wonka?
Yeah, like an unofficial sequel.
I had never heard this before. I love movie trivia, like, or little Easter eggs and shit like this. So I have no idea. Enlighten me, please.
Okay, so there's a fan theory stating that Snowpiercer is a spiritual successor to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So the spoiler alert: if you haven't seen Snowpiercer, what are you doing? It's like been 9 years. Relax. So Snowpiercer is a train that constantly moves on a track, right?
Mm-hmm. Or else they'll freeze to death.
Correct. Basically, everything's frozen. Humanity drop bombs or whatever the fuck they did, I don't remember. And there's people on this train. And
they were trying to combat global warming, and they shot some chemical or something into the sky and then caused an Arctic like era, and basically it was the whole world froze.
That so the train is basically the rich people in the front, the poor people in the back. That's how it goes. The dude all the way at the front is rumored to be Charlie from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And people are saying that Willy Wonka's factory was basically self-sustaining. The big reveal about the thing was that he has to have a little kid go under the thing and do whatever to the engine or whatever the case may be, but they can't get out because they grow too big. The theory is that the Oompa Loompas died out for whatever reason, and those were the people that were supposed to be in there because Oompa Loompas are small. And they have like their self-sustaining food thing, which is some nasty mush. I don't think it has a direct like link with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but I think it was kind of like a little bit of a nudge. You know what I mean? Like what if?
You can see the metaphor being there.
Yeah, I think it was a clever take on post-apocalyptic thing.
Who was the actor at the front of the train again?
Oh, he's the guy from Westworld. The man in black. I forget his name.
Hmm.
He is portrayed by Ed Harris.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously Chris Evans was the main duders. And
Yeah.
people try to compare other people to people who are in the train. Like the gun guy is the cowboy kid. The girl that got fucking dumped into the thing because they said that she was a rotten egg. Was the lady with the glasses or the old lady? This is, some of it is a reach, but I could see like how they could like piece that together.
Yeah, how Snowpiercer perhaps was inspired by Willy Wonka. Okay, interesting. I don't know if I agree.
So you don't agree? You think it's its own thing?
I would have to watch it again, I think, because I've never watched it with that in mind.
Yeah, this Snowpiercer it's actually a perfect segue because the director of Parasite and Snowpiercer is Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 name.
All right, so spoiler alert, we will be spoiling Parasite. If you haven't seen it, thanks for listening.
But we are now going to spoil the fuck out of Parasite, FYI. I really recommend you, stupid thing to say on my podcast, but if you haven't seen Parasite, just go ahead, pause the podcast, go watch Parasite. It's worth the watch. It's really good. I've seen it twice. It's even better the second time. I think it's a really good thriller. But yeah, I recommended Lou watch it, and he did. And
I was into it.
Mm-hmm.
I was into it. I thought the movie was great. I thought the acting was phenomenal. I thought the direction and the cinematography was also great. Where it lost me was that fucking ending.
So the film builds and builds and builds, and you're like, what the fuck? And then the end scene is the final huge what the fuck. All hell breaks loose. I don't think anybody saw that ending coming. Yeah, it ends with a big massacre. Something I noticed though at watching it the second time is the film is very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end scene, it's a kid's impromptu birthday party, and the kid has gone through some shit. He's experienced some trauma. And so the mom is like, please carry out this cake. It's his trauma recovery cake. And so she carries it outside. And then the kid watches his like family get into a knife fight, so it was I thought it was very funny. Just the timing and the little nuances, I found it entertaining. Like he's doing really good. He's almost fully recovered. Here, take him a cake.
He gets fucking traumatized again. But with the same birthday cake too, almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite. Who was your favorite character?
Ooh. I kind of like Jessica, who is the daughter of the family that was a lower class than this family of upper class that they started working for just to make money, just as a job. But I thought Jessica was very funny.
She was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, her spiel about art therapy and schizophrenia. She was like, "Yeah, I just fucking Googled it, bro." Like,
Mm-hmm.
That was clever.
I love it. You can learn anything on YouTube nowadays.
Definitely. Yeah, I like the buildup of it. I had my mom watch it, and I watched it with her. Because I rented it. Everybody was in this house was gonna fucking see it because I paid $6 for that shit. So, yeah, it's definitely like I like little nuances in films that try to like bait you, and then when they had a little stink bug problem in the beginning, you thought it was gonna be like a bug movie, When you saw the guy, like the bum outside pissing,
Mm-hmm.
you thought he was gonna turn into a zombie or something like that, or turn crazy or whatever, and it just like baited you at every turn. And it was such a like smart way to do. Uh, I guess how would you classify this film? Like it is a thriller, like a suspense film, but is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a horror thriller. I wasn't scared at any point during the film.
I think it is. I guess I thought
Psychological
it was.
thriller, political
Yes,
commentary.
yeah, psychological thriller. I mean, there's a lot you could delve from this. Like people are like, this one best film, like not even like a foreign language film, but just best film overall. And I think because it applies to a lot of things like mental illness, the issue of poverty, like and then just even the small things about it, like what their daily life was like as members of the lower class, like really what they dealt with day in, day out. But man, I don't know. It scared me a bit.
It was
Like
creepy to me. It wasn't
you didn't think
scary.
the ghost character was scary? Like
That last shot of him,
mm-hmm.
yeah, that was a little creepy with the eyes because he had like bug eyes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was a little like weirded out the first time I saw it. When the housemaid came back,
Mm-hmm.
that was fucking creepy. But it wasn't like scary. It was like you just don't know what it was. I guess it was a suspense thriller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love the film up until the very end.
So why didn't you like the ending? Like what would you have liked to see in the ending of Parasite?
I would have, me personally, I would have cut out the rags to riches part. Um, I would have ended, I would have ended the film with the dad being in the basement and cut it at that. Um, I just didn't like it. I don't know. Maybe it's because I wanted a little bit more information. Like, what did you do? How did you get there? Like, some of it was hinted at or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When they explained when the German family bought the house,
Mm-hmm.
that they got basically fucking suckered because, I guess in like Korean lore, that house is basically tainted. And they
Mm-hmm.
thought that he was young and stupid. And they're like, oh, we don't show anybody else this house. I'm like, you don't show anybody else this house because nobody's gonna fucking buy it, you know?
Yeah, all the Koreans knew what happened there.
Right. So little things like that I kind of enjoyed, but it just felt like shoehorned in there for me. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know why it didn't sit well for me. Like it wasn't bad inherently. Like I don't think it was like I don't think it was out of place. I just wish it was a little bit more. I don't know if that. I think that's fair enough to ask, right? It was like 2 hours and what, 16 minutes or something like that.
Yeah. What do you think? Just one more question. The beginning, the middle, the end of the movie centered around, well, had a theme of this stone, this like giant stone this family was gifted from one of their son's friends. You remember that? This like
Yeah.
showpiece of this. It was just a rock on a little like platform. And it I don't know. It just kept, it was like a thread throughout the movie. And I was like, what does this mean? Like, what is this rock?
That's definitely like a rap moment in The Departed. The way I saw it, at the very end, he takes the rock and puts it back where it belongs, in the pond, right?
Yeah.
To me personally, the rock signified, and I don't know if this is like, fucking big brain, 5 head thought or whatever. It's just what popped in my head.
Mm-hmm.
The rock signified or represented the weight of poverty.
Yeah. He was like, this rock is dragging me down, I think is literally something he said.
Yeah.
And then he picked it up and was going to go. What was he going to do in that basement with the rock? Like he went down into the secret bunker carrying the rock after he had just said, this is dragging me down. Like, what the fuck did he go down there to do? Was
he was going to kill them? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And it's ironic
the
that
irony,
he got fucking beat with it.
Yeah, I thought he was dead faux show because, man, they bashed his head in like twice with that thing.
Uh-huh.
I thought maybe I don't know, maybe what these like event stones are in Korean culture. Like, I don't know if they're a thing. I'm just ignorant. But to me, the stone, he literally said things like, it's dragging me down. It's a weight I can't get rid of. But I think it was given to him from this rich friend. And the mom literally says, like, under her breath, like, well, food would have been better. Like, if you're going to give us gifts, like, we'll take money or food. Like, we can't eat this rock and we're starving. So then I think it's this improper gift. And then they have to carry that with them the whole time. Like, it's a symbol of really how they're very poor, but the people around them don't want for anything.
Yeah, you could also like make the argument about like false hopes because I think the character's name was Min that gave the family that rock
Mm-hmm.
and said it was supposed to bring wealth and good fortune.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe like one or two scenes after the mom was seen like, washing the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was royalty or something like that, make it clean. Very smart like imagery. Even though, not a lot was said during the things, but you could pull a lot from this film
Mm-hmm.
as far as like, what things mean. Um but overall, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oscar
mad.
worthy.
I'm not mad.
And the director individually took home 4 Oscars, which I was listening to another podcast and they were saying Walt Disney has by far the most Oscars of any one person, but to have 4 is really remarkable
It is.
in one night.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at him winning 4. I'm not mad at the film winning Best Picture. I thought it was shot well. I thought it was directed well. I thought the actors were phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Worth a watch if you're
Worth
still
a
here.
watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it inspire you to watch more Korean film, or you good?
Listen, I've been there. I love foreign films. I had a friend who was super into foreign films, and she put me onto a whole bunch of them. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but yeah, I'm into it. As long as it gets people into, liking what I would consider is not mainstream cinema,
Mm-hmm.
like your Marvels and your stuff like that. All that stuff is cool, but there's a lot of gems hidden there, man, that you just wouldn't see. I guarantee you, I would have never seen Parasite if it didn't win Best Picture.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Get some culture. Watch a foreign language film.
You swine. I'm good on episode 15.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening to episode 15 of Lower Bitrate. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.